All right, 28 days later.
3 out of 5. It's 3 out of 5 stars.
Perfect. Let's leave it at that.
Leaning towards the tail. Everything we say here is going to be subjective, obviously.
Yeah.
Welcome. That's Goose. This is Carlos. And we're here to have fun talking about movies, but also reviewing them to better help ourselves with our future projects. Check it out. Let's talk about the movie now, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome beans. 28 days later.
Yeah, initial thoughts.
Okay, first of all, I want to say it was a rewatch for me, right? But I don't remember it at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's not great because I'm like, even from my childhood, there's certain movies I've watched that I know I've watched that, sure, I don't remember the details, but I know what happened. I could tell you what the premise of the story was or the movie was, but for this one, I couldn't. And I just remember people saying it was really good. And we had a friend in college, you know who also was like, this is a really good movie or whatever, this and that. And I also believe him for a lot of, like, he's good at
He's a movie fan. He's a cinephile.
Is that what they call?
I think they're called cinephiles. I think that's what we are with the direction we're headed towards.
Okay. Anyways, he also said it was really good or whatever, and in general, it has like high praise, right? This film has high praise.
I mean
I'm gonna go ahead and start and say, like, I don't get why. We watched this in 2026, the second day of 2026. And I have to believe that back in the day when this was made, which was 2002, it must have been something about it must have really impressed that generation of people, or that year, like the people that watched it. It was
revolutionary according to them. So, or the critics.
Yeah, you know? Which makes me think, like, it must, like, was it because, like, there weren't a lot of zombie type movies at that time, or what? Like, what was revolutionary about this movie? Which we really should dig into it if we don't know, but we're not here to really dig into, like, the history of things.
Giving you initial thoughts first. And then you could give us your initial thoughts in the comments if you want to do that. Yeah, initial thoughts. I mean, right off the bat, like, how it starts, just immediately plot holes. Letting go of the monkeys, and then when they get attacked and it's getting spread that way because they got attacked, it's like you had no plan. What was your plan? Like, that is so dumb immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I get why they did that. They need a reason for the disease to start spreading. I just thought it was a dumb way of doing it, because to me, logically, I'd be like, well, you would have a plan. If the whole point was to save the monkeys, right? You don't just go open the cage and go free. You're free. Yeah. You know? Like, that doesn't make sense. Not only that, they're also aggressive. They're telling you, they're, full of rage. What'd you expect was gonna happen when you open that cage? Like, yeah, of course they're gonna attack you. Come on, now I don't even believe what's about to happen. It's just like immediately I'm like already like questioning, like, what am I watching here? Come on.
Every movie starts with, like, showing you what this world is like, right?
Yeah.
And so they're giving you rules about the world, like logic and like social standards and this and that, right? For this one, when it starts off with videos that we've seen in our world, you know, of like destruction and this and that, we're like,
okay, the media presenting all the chaos and like riots and whatever else was happening. Yep.
When that's the only thing we've seen so far, we're like, okay, this is based off of our world. There's a point where, like, our main group of people decide to travel across the city, and they have this little buggy, like this little, like,
it's a car.
It's a car. It's a shitty car. Like, I think it's important to say shitty because, like, it makes it even more ridiculous, to be honest. Yeah. It's a shitty car.
It's a blockade. They gotta go through a tunnel, and there's a blockade. Yes. Like, of cars, because I guess the zombies got the people, and so
they are stuck in pile up or something.
Somehow the car, which would not be capable of doing this in real life, goes over all those cars. This is not a Jeep, It's
literally
just a basic ass car. Not only that, then it gets a flat tire. Then we're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's good. Except for now, the zombies are coming, and they somehow are rushing to fix the tire, and they do it just in time. It's very convenient.
Yes.
So that immediately, that's another plot hole. It's like,
let's ignore that for a second. They went through all these cars as if, like, there's, like, a clear path to go through, and there's not gonna be, like, very, like, like, it just, okay, sure. They went through all these cars. Only one tire got popped. All right.
Fair enough.
And yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And then they decide to already start off with, like, we shouldn't be here. So we understand that they understand they need to hurry up. But they're taking their sweet time to, like, start fixing this tire, right? And I believe every single time they do this, they make so much noise.
Not discreet at all. It's like, if you feel like you're afraid for your life and you gotta be quiet and silent, why the fuck are you making so much noise?
So much noise. Starting with like doing that in the
Yeah.
first place.
And now the worst part, which
The-
is your least
Yes,
favorite.
the one of the worst fucking things, and this is why like when I go to work as a background,
Mhm.
they're always like, this is like background. It's important for background to like to do shit right too, because if you don't, shit like this happens where the zombies were chasing the car, and as the car is leaving the tunnel, like the car's gaining distance obviously from the zombies. The zombies slow down, like literally it's like they're chasing after it and they give up. You see them give up, which is the most absurd thing you can do with a zombie. It's like, why would it give up? Why would the zombie give up at any point?
Yeah.
Like they're
It's
gonna chase you like all the way through until they get lost. Then that's
lit.
when they're like,
Yeah, literally.
but like these zombies, you saw them be like,
Oh man,
dang it.
I got tired at the perfect time, and also
Ah.
I'm very aware that that's a vehicle.
Yeah, I just saw, I just could see, you see the production behind all of it. You see like the people pretending to be zombies who just gave up because the car
Yeah.
was too far or whatever, and it's like, oh my god, all right. And I think those kind of plot holes are the ones that make me most upset, because
Yeah.
I'm not like, when I watch a movie, I like to be immersed in in that world.
Mhm.
But when they break me out of that world and I see like the cameraman and I see like the director being like, do this, like when I start picturing those things because
Mhm.
they took me out, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't like it. And that was a very clear sign of that.
Also, the video quality, which was the number one thing that I noticed immediately,
Yeah.
was terrible.
The cinematography.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Do you think so?
I have no idea. Just
I would
like
assume-
quality of the video. So the way I describe it, to twist it in a positive way, it was gritty, which we kind of want that I guess in a zombie movie.
Yeah.
It just didn't aesthetically. It looked like not good to me.
I'll say the tone of the movie felt good. Like I did feel like, okay, zombie movie, like post-apocalyptic type movie. I felt that, and that was good. Like the colors,
Yeah.
the even the graininess was cool in that sense. But I agree that the video quality, even though it was a part of like the tone and a part of the movie, I don't think it was beneficial, because it was like there was moments where it was like hard to like see the
Yeah,
the
see what's
movie.
actually.
It was, like,
It's literally
like,
what that's going on.
I
I
remember.
mean, the flower scene. That like there's a
Oh,
flowers
okay.
and the car's moving. It's like that's
I feel like that's a very specific scene, and
It is
I didn't
very
like it
specific.
either, because it was like really.
just thrown in there.
It was it was kind of random compared to like
Art.
the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, just art.
There was like a scene where there was just flowers and the car passes by, right? Like a quick little scene, and it was so filtered and processed that like it looked like art. Like it was pretty. I'm not gonna lie, it looked really pretty to me. But it just made no sense. It was like everything we had seen, but amped up to like 1,000, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, it's like where am I?
Yeah.
Is this part of the world? Am I dreaming?
Yeah, it just felt like very out of place. What was so good about this movie? Because we don't know.
I just don't get it.
Yeah. Oh, the
The
music
score,
was good.
I guess, is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they
yeah.
call it. That was cool. It did match the vibe, like the whole energy of, I'm in a zombie movie.
Yes.
There is some sort of, there's a little bit of suspense. I don't think there was that much. I don't.
Yeah.
Know about you.
But I also do like that it wasn't like your usual. Honestly, like a lot of Marvel movies and these
Yeah.
new movies that have like all have the same like soundtracks, basically the same sound.
Where you could feel like they're,
you know what's
it's there.
coming next.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm supposed to feel this way because the
Yeah.
sound's telling
But
me
it
to
kind
feel
of works
sad.
sometimes.
It does, but I'm like, I like that some movies, like for example, this one
This one.
feels different. Like
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not expecting it to be this sound in this moment,
Yeah.
and like it makes me feel like okay, you know.
I guess that's true.
So that was another plus for the sound for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely let us know what you think was good about this movie. Because here's the thing, I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, we did too. But I will say, if had I watched this alone, I would have been annoyed immediately, and then annoyed every step of the way. Like, why am I watching this? And then I'd be even more pissed off by the time I get to the end. By the time you got to be kidding me. This guy's a hero now.
Yeah.
He was helpless at the beginning. You do realize that, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's the badass and better than the fucking army, or whatever the
Oh my god.
military people
yeah.
are. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I think that just adds on to the other stuff we were saying. But like
know.
the military not being good with like.
You put it perfectly. They're incompetent.
Yeah. It is absurd, and it's like. Here's the thing, it's been 28 days.
Yeah.
So
That's the part that I was like, I get if it's 28 years, I guess. Maybe it's different. Now it's a
like
little
you guys
different.
forgot how to like
Yeah,
fight
you know what I'm
and,
saying?
like,
But
what
in
to
28
do.
days, you forgot everything and you became like all these horned up rapist little people. Like,
Yeah.
what is going on with that?
I will say one thing about like them being rapists after 28 days or whatever. Like
Well, they weren't rapists yet.
Right. Well,
Not yet.
that we know of. Here's the thing. I can believe that because I'm like they were probably rapists, had rapist mentality before, and they just used this as an excuse to make it okay for themselves or whatever. So like them being like these crazed like, oh, I want like these women. I'm like, that's just who you were, and you'd use this event like the world ending
fair
to
enough,
be
but
like
30,
whatever.
28 days though that's the part that's like,
I could see them doing it in a day, straight up. Like that kind of the person with that kind of mentality just needs an excuse to do that. You know what I mean?
fair enough.
So that in itself, I'm like, okay, I get it. The things I don't get are like literally the skill sets they lost, which is like
That's true.
there's a point where one of them is like like cowering behind a couch. A military dude is cowering behind a couch because there's like a few zombies, which they've been killing zombies this whole time. And there's a few in the house, and the civilian comes in that's been killing all the other ones, and he's like, I don't have bullets, and then like, and then the civilian's like leaving the window, and he's like, don't leave me. How absurd.
Just hopeless.
You know, like literally, like we didn't see this guy get hurt, so he's not hurt from what we know, which means he can get up and follow the guy
Literally,
instead
he's
of
just
saying,
hiding.
yeah. And if he has no bullets, he still has the gun on him. Like, okay, you think zombies are gonna be like, oh, he has a gun, like get rid of it, or like use it or something, like instead of being like, this is useless, I'm scared.
Yeah, it's such.
It's like get up, fight, or do something that like someone who is trained to fight would do.
Yeah.
Made no sense. Also, like the first zombie that ate the other guy, one of the military dudes started shooting up as if he didn't know how to shoot.
Yeah,
which is like,
it's just come on, man.
Are you not trained to do this? And then all right, drops the gun and starts running. You've killed so many zombies apparently. You should know how to aim. Shoot them both. You've done this so many times. Why is it different? Because this is the moment that the civilian is becoming a hero. So he needs to.
Yeah.
It needs to be like plausible for this to happen. So that's why. Because you now have to be able to be a coward in order for the other guy to kill you.
Yeah, that would have been so frustrating. I've been watching it alone, but because we watched it together and we were kind of shitting on it.
Yeah, it was funny.
Or making fun of it throughout.
Yeah,
it was fun.
We were talking like this basically, but
pretty
like
much.
But
And
more.
then we were saying like what we would have done, you know, like and stuff like that, which is pretty fun too. That's kind of why it makes it fun.
Here's the thing: when we say like what we would have done, I love that we take it in two different ways. Sometimes it's like seriously, like if we had seriously made this movie, what would make it better? And for example, it's like we would fix those plot holes. This military people should know how to defend themselves and whatnot. And so if the civilian becomes the hero, it needs to make sense. So how he's beating them should be strategy wise, because maybe they don't have a strategist because their strategist died and they're just military people, which means you can't beat them by like arms, but you can trick them into doing shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, there you go, fix it up. But I also like that we sometimes play with how would we change this to make it into like scary movie type of
more
like
absurd, like a little bit more satirical.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Which I love. It's just like it's already almost there. You know, you just gotta push it a little bit more to make it a little more ridiculous on purpose. I think one of the funniest things that we talked about in the beginning of the movie, like with this whole like pushing it to comedy, is where he picks up a newspaper and it says. Shit's going down, basically. It tells him what happened with the world, and he just tosses it like nothing, and he still continues to be like confused.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The way we exaggerate it, like have it all on billboards and everywhere. It's literally straight up telling you like zombies took over this place.
Yeah,
evacuate.
Videos and
there's videos of people escaping and just being like still clueless. Like, what's going
happening?
on? Where's hello? You know, you kind of constantly kept doing that.
Literally.
Going into places. Hello?
Yeah.
Like, I still don't get it.
Just like a person on a microphone from like a distance being like, hey, we're over here. The world's over that. What? Who? Hello?
Yeah. Or like when they go to the groceries to get food and he just goes like, oh, magazines. Like, I gotta go.
Oh, right.
Like, that's our version of exaggerating. It's like, oh yeah, forget the food. I need to let one off.
Fine,
they also got alcohol. I mean, if they think it's the end of the world, I get it.
I would get that for sure. I get it. Like getting 4, you know, it's like as much as you can carry. Honestly,
like,
yeah.
I kind of get that point. What I don't get is how loud and obnoxious they are.
It's
like every step. Like, I thought you're afraid of the zombies. Why are we being so loud and disruptive? Like you're being extra loud.
Literally.
It's like, oh, I get to go shopping now. Ooh,
Literally.
it's like it's a party. Let's blast us some music and party. You know, we're in normal life right now. I like you
That'd
would
be
do that in
hilarious if they
groceries.
started like just drinking and like.
Yeah.
"Para bailar la bamba."
See now that makes it good. Like they're there for a little too long. And then the
Exactly.
zombies come, you know.
And the zombies are just by the window, just.
Yeah, just-
Wait! They're having a good time.
yeah, they're in the grocery store. Like, you know, we
Yeah.
don't need food.
Yeah,
in fact, we don't even need humans. We just throw up in their faces.
Okay, this is a perfect like to get back into like how seriously dumb this movie kind of was. Is the like we don't know what the rules of the zombies are. We don't know like what their senses are. Like they sometimes come and go depending on if someone's being loud, or sometimes they can sense that someone's there like by smell or something. It just depends on the producers really, on like convenience. Because sometimes when they're loud as fuck, like in that grocery store, not a single zombie in sight, and it's like,
It's so bright as hell in
why
there.
is that the case? Huh?
I said it's also bright as hell in there. It wasn't like it's like blocked or anything. Like literally, there's windows
Yeah.
seen through where it's bright. Like it's not like
Yeah.
you're subtle at all.
Exactly.
So
And there's been other scenes where like they make like a small sound or something,
And then
and
boom, they just come
you
rushing.
you get some zombies. So it's like
yeah.
make it consistent. You know,
Yeah.
make it make sense with like if they can hear you, they should know that and be quiet. And in fact, they do know that, but they don't be quiet. Like that one scene, the two main people are meeting the other two main people. The audience hears a sound, and we already know like that's a zombie, right?
Of
Zombies are
course.
coming. And the girl goes, "Be quiet! There's zombies coming!" Like
Yeah.
super loud, and
Yeah.
it's like, if you know that you need to shut up, why are you screaming? He's right there.
Yeah, literally, like next to you.
Yeah. It just makes it so like, it just does not make it believable.
Yeah.
It being 28 days later, you can kind of be like, oh, like they're still learning, but no, they make it seem like they should know what's up already by this point.
They do.
So it just makes it hard to believe. A lot of these things make it
Yeah.
hard for me to believe that world is real.
But yeah, the fun part was literally only that we made fun of it.
Yeah, but because it was so fun, it just bumped up the rating for me. Like,
Yeah, definitely. Like
Um,
that's another thing that like some of the movies are just not good, but they're still fun to watch.
yes,
Maybe by yourself, I guess, but also as maybe as a group, or maybe
I think mostly those kind of movies have to,
Be in
for
a
the most
group.
part, be in a group because that's the fun.
it's the
where-
experience, you know.
Yeah.
Like you're experiencing something like I mean, it wasn't intention. It was supposed to be a scary movie. It wasn't even that scary.
Yeah, like a thriller and
It was like horror.
like
yeah.
okay.
It was that was the category. We didn't pick it. Maybe sci-fi too. I don't know, but it wasn't a comedy. Let me
so,
tell you.
yeah.
So if it was a comedy, it's like all right, I
Right.
guess leave it up to the imagination, I guess.
Right.
But it wasn't that. So it's like, but it was fun. That to me does bump it up a little bit.
Yeah, the fact
Like-
that we turned it into a comedy
Yeah.
with
Definitely.
our jokes and our commentary. I
Mhm.
think that when like rating movies, for us at least, one thing I've noticed from you for sure is that you tend to take into account like what the creators of the film were going for versus
Yeah.
what you received, where you're like, you
Definitely.
didn't execute it that way. Like in other words, you went for a horror thriller or whatever.
Definitely.
You didn't execute it that way, so I'm gonna knock you down because it's
Definitely.
like
Yeah.
you didn't do what you said you were gonna do.
I agree. I will say I'll give another example. One of the parts that I actually did like but didn't like is when he's daydreaming and his parents are like alive and like kind of like he's talking to his parents, but he's really clearly just daydreaming.
Like in the kitchen of his home.
In the kitchen, in the kitchen of his home, he's like daydreaming of his parents, and then it takes you back to reality with the zombie coming in. You know,
Yeah.
I like that part. I just visually it didn't like it.
Mm.
I like that they threw that in there and almost like how he seemed like you're still in the same place while dreaming,
Yeah.
but the way it looked not good.
I will say I thought there was something interesting about it. I remember the transition from like him looking over and seeing the
Yeah, like
the
that
old
little-
school
Yeah, it's
cam
like a
type thing.
film thing.
I thought the idea was cool, but then as I was watching it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
I aesthetically wise, it looked didn't like it.
Yeah, it was
It
too
was,
off.
Yeah, it was off. But I like the intention behind it.
Yeah.
That part was sick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that part was cool. And then how
Yeah,
it broke
I can
through
see
with
that.
the zombies coming in, it's like, oh, now you're back in reality. Like they're gone.
Yes.
So that part was kind of cool.
I forgot her name. I really need to get better at like learning the characters'
They're right
names. Not the
Oh, the
actors'
characters.
names.
Oh,
Yeah, the character names. I
Yeah.
always forget them.
I'm pretty bad at
But
it.
she the other guy, there's a guy that gets his arm cut and he's got blood all over him, obviously zombie blood. And so she knows like you're about to turn. But here's the thing. We don't actually know. She's like, you only get 10 seconds to 20 seconds before they
she
start
explains
turning.
it afterwards,
But here's the thing. When they start turning, they're not full zombies yet. You can tell because they're like crashing out. And it's like, why don't you wait to see if that starts happening and then do it? Because during their crashing out moments, they're not actually aiming to like get you. From what we've seen, they're just transforming. And so cut them down then, you know?
Yeah.
Or here's another thing, like cut off the arm, which is what I thought what was gonna happen. I thought she was going for the arm to cut it off, and hope that like, because this happens in other zombie movies and it makes sense and it works in those zombie movies, right? Because they did it just in time. They're like just before the blood like.
I just think
like,
it'd be funny if like it cuts his arm and like literally the next scene he's bleeding out.
Yeah, I mean, let's
like I you know we had an agreement here. Like you can't turn into a zombie, but if you want to stay alive for a little longer, more respectable way of dying.
Yeah. Well, do you have any last words?
Yeah, but it was savage. The way she was like heartless, like just like and then explain. That's another thing I didn't like. I guess you thought it was realistic or okay, but her being so hung ho on like she's not changing for nobody and not waiting for anybody, not letting anybody slow her down. You know, until the hero comes along and
I didn't say I thought it made sense. I just thought I was making fun of the fact that like if she could change this drastically in 28 days, she can change overnight. But obviously no. Like it doesn't make sense for her to be like super cutthroat and like I will kill you in a second, to then being like, you've shown me the light.
Yeah, it's been like not even 12 hours.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
The way she like brutally murdered like her, what was it? Like the only other human she knew at that point.
Yeah, literally, it's like just heartless.
Yeah.
And also it was a very savage way of doing it.
Literally, it was just.
That's another part that I was missing. Is like, where the fuck are the guns? And then when they finally come up, it's like, all right, well.
Yeah.
But the beginning part, I'm like, man, I think guns would fix this pretty easily.
Yeah, honestly.
You know, even killing him would have been easier. You know, just one headshot. That's a little bit more than fucking brutally getting beat down. Like,
no, literally.
It's crazy. I mean, I guess.
And the idea of them not having guns does not make sense. There's
20 places that have guns.
Exactly, and they're all empty. So go find some.
Yeah, literally.
So
I agree.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It just make it all. Everything.
It made it gritty. I guess that's what they were going for.
But again, we go to, you could have made it where it made sense. You know, like
they're making sense.
Like you can't go to the place that have guns because they're huge and zombies are like stacked up in huge places.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, like, or like something that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not just for it's just a vibe.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, how was the acting? I feel like the acting was alright. Like I don't think it was bad. Maybe that.
Yeah, I like the acting. The acting was good.
I think it was pretty good. I'm trying to think if there's any bad. I mean, you could say the zombies were ridiculous, but I think that was part intentional.
I think also back in the day too, like I think maybe that's where it's revolutionary. I think it makes sense that like that's how zombies acted. The only thing is when they broke, where like in the tunnel where they just quit and stopped.
Yeah.
The way it's so important that the way they stopped chasing was very much like a person giving up on like chasing a car.
Yeah.
Because it was very like slowing down and like, oh man. Like you could see it, and so that's when like the acting is showing, you know, where it's like those are people pretending to be zombies.
Yeah.
For the most part, the zombies like, oh yeah, they're zombies. I believe it. And also the way that it's shot for a lot of the zombie scenes, it's shot like all
chaotic,
messed up
to
give you the vibe, so you can't really see too much of the acting behind it. So I understood all that. And the main actors, I thought they did good. I thought they did good.
You know what? I think it's the writers that made the plot holes, right? Like,
I think so.
Right? Because I'm also thinking about the plot hole where the dad, it was just convenient for him to be one less person in, you know, one.
I didn't even think about that one until you said it.
I know, and then how convenient, like he just like being obnoxious and looking up and transforming.
Yeah.
And then literally immediately, like, where were the guy? Like they just happened to show up immediately after.
Yeah. So here's the thing with writing: it is very hard to know exactly how it plays into everything, to be honest, because things change so much between like the script and when it's like shot and then when it's edited, that it's like, was this the writer that chose to do this? But I will say that because of how many plot holes there were, I think they had like a good amount of fault in this. But yeah, one of those scenes, this might have been the director who was like, oh, this would be cool.
But you know what this is what I think happened.
Yeah.
I think it was like, you know what? It's more realistic if there was more women than men going into these army people. We need to get rid of one of these people.
More women than men. Oh, like their group.
Their group.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
group. It was what, 2 women and
Right.
2 guys.
Right.
And
like,
one of the guys is the biggest guy, like the stronger guy.
Right. So
And
they need to eliminate him to make it easier for the
for the
military people.
yeah,
to,
yeah. Not that it would be.
They have
I mean,
guns.
I
and
think
you
it's
don't.
fine. Yeah,
So,
exactly. So I think it'd be fine. But I think it also they want it to be like, oh, we gotta lose one of these people. It felt like kind of like that was like, all right, well, let's do that here. How do we do it? And then just threw it in there.
It's like you see a zombie, and you're gonna go over there and be like, "What is that? Really?"
It was just very dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a quick, easy solution that I mentioned yesterday
it was
was
a good
that if he happened to be looking for something else, and maybe like felt something on his head, looked up, and the next drop was in his eye because he didn't think about what it could have been. That would make
Perfect.
sense, you know.
Or like if, or you said this too, where instead of the army people being there already and waiting for
they
some
came
reason,
out so like as soon as he died, or
like,
as soon as he like started changing.
Let's kill him now. It's like, wait, you were there this whole time? He was literally calling you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys were, instead of that, like coming like an hour later, like having some sort of like, damn, like this is sad. You just had to kill your dad because he's a zombie.
Yeah.
That would have been a little bit more realistic and like, they just happened to show up a little bit later than.
Literally.
You still saved them, but you didn't even realize that this guy turned into
even if it wasn't later. Well, even though that would make the most sense, right? Like
It
they
would
were
make
taking
more
their time to get here, and then
Yeah.
like the group after the dad died like was all mourning for an hour, and then they came. Okay, that would make the most sense, honestly.
Anyways, let's just wrap it up and rate.
Yeah.
Rapid fire, Carlos. Rapid fire.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, rapid fire ratings. World building. I'm gonna give that a 2.
A 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, that's so disappointing. Cinematography.
That's 1.
I'm
Only
gonna
because I don't know quite the definition of cinematography, so I'm gonna give it a 1. Visually, I just did not.
I'm gonna give it a 3 because, because the only problem I really had
We
with
really
it was
said we weren't gonna explain it.
okay. I'll give it a 3. Casting.
3, 4. Actually,
I'll give it a 4. Yeah.
Yeah, 4.
Acting.
4.
4. Editing. I'm gonna give that shit a toe.
I'll give it a 3. There were some pretty bad edits in there,
Yeah.
but there were some cool edits though.
You're right.
Okay,
there
we
was.
said we weren't gonna
3,
describe it.
I like 3.
We keep going and describing.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Sound design.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. No, that's a 5 for me.
That might be a 5. Yeah.
Score.
5. There you go. 4 or 5.
That's a 5. Music.
4 or 5.
It's hard to differentiate the music.
4.
For me. I'm gonna give it a 5. All the sound stuff was 5 for me. Directing. I'm gonna give that a 3.
I was thinking 3. That's a solid in the middle.
Yeah, because I truly don't know what they did.
You don't know what Danny Boyle did?
I don't know how much of his influence was in this, but honestly, it felt cohesive. It just was bad altogether.
Yeah. What else?
Enjoyability.
Oh, that's a 4.
Really? Yeah, that's a 4. I was like, is it a 5 for me? But no, it's a 4.
Definitely not
It's a
a
4. Yeah. And overall,
3. 3. All right, so there you have it. That we gave 28 Days Later a 3.
I'm curious as to what your ratings are, and if you only want to give one rating, what's your overall rating for this movie? Because I really want to know if this makes sense to other people. Like, do you think it's a 3? Honestly, I'm going towards a 2, but the enjoyability just bumps that up to 3 because I had fun. I had a good time.
Put down how many mangoes. They're up to 5 mangoes, all right? We're giving it 3 mangoes. You give it. Forget the star system.
3 mangoes.
3 mangoes it is for us. All right, we're going to start with the critics review.
Okay.
All right.
Rotten Tomato rotten.
Let's see. I got to look for some good comments, though.
Yeah.
The lackluster visuals, however, become more and more distracting as 28 Days Later progresses into its underwhelming and increasingly tedious midsection and second half. I mean, I like the first thing I read was lackluster visuals, which I agree with. So,
I want to hear a good comment on why it's good.
I mean, the biggest thing is that it's an influential horror film. 28 Days Later is one of the most influential horror films of the 21st century.
But like, why? I want to know why. So if we don't find it here, please tell us.
Yeah.
Why is it that?
Optimistic, violent, yes, bloody, that too, but at its core, it's as beautiful as an English rose garden. What? 28 Days Later is a modern horror classic and Patient Zero for zombie horror film's second renaissance. It's all, in other words, they're kind of saying like this brought back the whole zombie genre.
See, that's what I thought it was going to do. Which like, okay, I get that.
It's also kind of hard because we watched it so late. It's like, bro, really? See, now this one makes sense. 28 Days Later was thrilling for the time. See, I couldn't. We watched it too late.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
You know. All right, let's look what the people thought. Cause come on, man, this is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I guess that has to be a big deal, a big part of it, where it was back in that time. It must have been what made everyone else feel like, whoa.
Yeah, one of the best zombie films ever made. Has me on the edge of no matter how many times I've seen it.
Really?
Apparently. This was a week ago, by the way. So, innovative, tense, and yet emotionally bleak in all of the best ways to create an atmosphere of pure fear. Not kind of,
Were
but
you
not
scared?
really. I wasn't. That's the thing.
Nope.
Okay, you can't just say without a doubt top 5 films. That is insane. There's nothing behind that.
Most of these comments feel like,
I know. That's why I gotta look for the ones that are not that great.
like, tell me why.
Well, there's a lot. Like, okay, there's some that do have that. It's just so long. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, just give us one.
Okay. Excellent movie that started modern zombie mania. So I think that's part of it.
I think
It's
that has to be
the
it.
thing. It's like people
It
just didn't
has
see
to
anything
be-
because otherwise, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think it has to be that.
A film about humanity and hope. Boyle's trademark ending always leaves a mark. It is a fun watch. That's another part that I fucking hated about the movie was the ending. They should have all died. Great cinematography. I said I gave that shit a 1. I don't know shit about cinematography. Clearly.
Yeah, the only thing I got upset about the cinematography is that I couldn't see.
Oh, okay. This is a long one, but I'm down to read this. 28 Days Later feels more like a student project than a polished feature film. Spot on.
100%.
While the concept is strong and there are moments of tension, the execution is lacking.
Yep.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Oz. S. There are only a few characters, and even the more interesting ones aren't developed enough to carry the story emotionally. Dude, yes. Visually, some scenes are so dark it's hard to stay engaged. And overall, the film feels half-baked. Like it needed more time, depth, and refinement to reach its potential. 4 out of 10. I agree with you all the way.
Yep.
We
me too.
need to become friends. Just kidding. Oz S?
Yeah.
That's his
Honestly,
name.
if it was a student film, I would be impressed.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
It
That's the thing.
wasn't. Yeah, that's the thing.
The gritty DV look hasn't aged well, turning 28 Days Later from a brilliant classic into one that now feels a bit dated and distant, marked by the visual gap of its time. And that was the initial thing that I had thought of. I was like, oof, man, it's gonna be. I really have to watch this right now.
Yeah. I think that has a lot to do with it. It's not fair because we're not watching
It is.
it.
It's not fair. That's part of
that-
it. Like we
in
need
that
to.
time.
Like most zombie movies, preposterous concept with too many loose ends and lots of gore. Don't waste your time. Watch something that will bring meaning in your life. Man, it could be fun. You know,
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Fun. So I kind of agree with you, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you could still watch it. Watch it for yourself and then tell us.
Yeah. Let's be honest. When people say classic too, like I think of, for example, and it's obviously all subjective, but I think of like The Day After Tomorrow. I remember that's like from our childhood
I
where we
know.
watched it when we were young, and obviously it's not a great movie, but
No.
it was fun and it's like nostalgic. So
Yeah.
that's why it's like it's a classic.
The plot was kind of boring. I know it's a horror movie, but nothing interesting really happened. Terrible acting. I thought the acting was alright. I didn't think anything bad about it. But the ending was horrible. Couldn't agree with you more. The graphics were confusing, and you had no idea what was going on. I think you had no idea what was going on, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, it was very obvious.
Badly made, even for a movie made in the 21st century. Can't recommend. That is funny. Any other ones I might want to read? Let's see. Strange and Beautiful. I miss how this was a zombie movie with zombie movies weren't everywhere, or how it revolutionized how zombies act, being the first to make them fast. This movie is great. It is a zombie movie,
so
but
then that might be a thing. It might have been one of the first, if not the first movie to make the zombies fast.
yeah, but they also made no sense. Remember, like that's part of why I hated
I
it.
mean, the whole movie sucked, but but I can see that being an interest at that time, being like, oh my god, zombies can be fast.
Oh, okay. I like this appeal, which is kind of funny because he rated it a 1.5 star. It is a zombie movie, but more a thriller about how you can trust and how people change when society collapses and there are no longer any rules. Okay, that's a different perspective on it, kind of.
How
Because if
can
you just
trust.
view it, yeah, because like that was a whole
Yeah.
change in your mind about trust and hope and shit, and the society collapsing, like with the guys being fucking apes. So I guess I could see it from that, but it's just again, it really is subjective. So, take our opinion with a grain of salt.
This is Gary, a version of you, bitch.
Hey, little pig. Boo.
My dad loves Ancient Aliens. He's obsessed.
Like the a show or the thing?
No, he knows a few in the neighborhood.
Holy shit.
Yeah, well, they come around, those guys.
Yeah.
We don't know what really happened there. We know we're being lied to. We know that
Yes, a real-life alien. Not only do they walk amongst us, but they busting down the thoters.
We all got fucked by aliens, but the aliens were
this alien thing that he was interacting with. There's real records of this guy contacting this thing.
What if I told you that all the things you thought were true are actually false? What if...
You're my favorite deputy.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Come on, let's wrangle up the cattle.
When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed.
Round them up, cowboy.
Just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you got a friend in me.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, you got
That was perfect.
So now you've seen our trailer, and we're open to criticism, just like we criticize other people's projects, like 28 Days Later. And I think there's like something I learned in college that was very valuable and I take everywhere. And if I become a teacher, this is what I'm going to be teaching too. It's the art of critique and how it can be useful, valuable for the artists, but also for like the community that is engaging in whatever's being critiqued, I think it's important because critique is really just a way for for observers to give you feedback and to like tell you what they took from what you gave, and it gives you the chance to be like to not only feel what they're interpreting, but also to then for your next project change the way you create that project. To it's basically a way for you to improve your way of communicating.
Yeah.
And so very open to it,
Yeah.
Whether you say it's good or bad, we are very aware that every human thought is subjective for the most part.
Right.
So it's like it won't hurt feelings, and if it does, all right, I mean that's what happens. But
Yeah.
honest opinions, dig into it. I personally will say don't just leave it with it was good or it was bad. If you want to, whatever, I don't care. But if you want to really engage and turn on your brain a little bit, I suggest saying it was good or bad if you want, but then also explaining why. Like give like an explanation as to what it made you feel and why you feel like it gave you that feeling,
Yeah.
Just give us an explanation,
Yeah,
a little
and-
bit more.
Yeah, and we're not gonna talk about it this episode because it's probably already long as it is. But the next couple episodes, I think we'll be critiquing our own shit.
Yeah.
Probably from the perspective of creating it, because that's how we have it, and then maybe find some balance and from the perspective of a viewer.
I'm going to try a little
So-
bit to like be a viewer and then critique our own stuff that way, but it's hard because we worked on it, and so we're so intimately attached to our own
Yeah.
project that it's hard to be like just like, oh, how did I see this
Right.
without knowing what went
Exactly.
into it.
So I kind of want to explain from the creator's part
Yeah.
of like, all right, what was our intention? Like, where did we make the mistakes? What did we do good?
Yeah.
What did we learn? Ultimately, what did we learn?
Yeah.
And then see it from just the viewer perspective. Like, I mean, I see the data. I know what people like or don't like. How far people get into it and whatnot. So, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I kind of also it'd be cool if people watched it and critiqued it and give us
and
their
engaged
opinion,
with it a
and
little
then you
bit.
could see where we're coming from too. We are coming from this from a learning perspective. So, as far as critiquing the shit, the
Like
movies.
the movies.
Yeah, the movies that we're doing.
Yeah. Definitely.
And that's why, hopefully in the future, not hopefully in the future, making short film and then other projects, applying what we learned and making shit better.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's part of the everything that we're doing,
Literally.
including this podcast and including like critiquing others or whatever. It's
Yeah.
all to better ourselves as well as creatives in our own projects. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take what we like, what we don't like, and
Yeah.
readjust how we do
So
things.
yeah, so if you're interested, watch the series.
Yeah, watch the series, critique it, have
we
fun
won't
with
get
it if you
into
want.
exactly what it is now.
Yeah.
You'll watch it throughout.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Bye.